Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome. There we go. Welcome. It's Monday. It's Wildflower Wool. I'm Louise, and it is New Start Monday Knits. I am so happy that you guys are joining live or watching the replay. Tonight, as always, on our Monday podcast, we're going to be talking about what you all were voting for, what the project's going to be, how I made it with last week's project, and the week before, the week before, the week before, however many weeks before there are. Right now, there's not too many because it's still January. So we'll do a little recap, and then, of course, we will talk about what you all are knitting and the 2-week sweater knitting challenge on the Fiber Friends channel. Um, well, okay, that's where it gets a little complicated. I suppose the 2-week sweater challenge is here. It is on Wildflower Wool YouTube channel with myself and Jocelyn from Northern Knits. It is starting this Friday. And then, of course, the Fiber Friends, the whole month of February on that podcast is all sweater knitting. So you can kind of work on both. So happy Monday, everybody. Oh, Wendy says, hi, Louise. Can we see last week's project? Yes, we can. We can. But um, anyways, I'll show you that, Wendy. Don't yeah, I'll just tell you, I don't have too much to show you on that. But um I know you were eager to see how the yarn was gonna knit up, and I'm excited to see it too. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So, hope everybody's Monday has got off to a great start. I hope you've had a little bit of time to knit somewhere in your day, maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about knitting. Hi, Katie. Oh, Katie says I missed today's voting choice. Okay, so what it is, because Friday is January 31st, and that is the kickoff night of the 2-week sweater knitting challenge. Jocelyn and I are going to be podcasting here live Friday night, kind of to kick it off. So, of course, you can cast on anytime Friday, whatever works for you. Um, I don't know. I probably will be casting on Friday night just due to work schedule and that kind of thing on Friday. So I'm going with some chunky yarn. The last few years, what, the first 2 or 3 years, I can't remember how many, first 2 years for sure, I did a bulky weight yarn. And it was a very relaxing 2-week sweater knitting challenge for me. Then last year I did a worsted weight, and yeah, I'm gonna go back to chunky because I'm making this easy for myself. I want this to be a fun, stressful 2-week challenge. And so this is one of the options. I pulled out some of the center of the ball just so you guys could get kind of an idea of how chunky this yarn is. This has no ball band. So this stuff here came from Listable, from the Spin Right factory. I remember buying it in the seconds bin, so it was a super, super, super affordable. And I have got, I think 6 balls is what I see up here on the shelf. So it will probably be 100% acrylic. I'm guessing this will be a number 6 super bulky. Number 6 super bulky has got such a wide range. Um, but I have a feeling they would probably classify it as a 6, not a 5. So it will be a quick knit. Now this yarn, I think this was the right side. This is some more yarn that also came from Spin Right, and there's no ball band on it either. I'm also guessing it's probably 100% acrylic. I don't know. It could maybe have a little bit of wool in it, but I kind of doubt it. So it, again, is a bulky weight, and it should knit up nice and quick as well. It's super cozy. It just has that fuzzy halo-y look to it. And it does. It just feels like a sweater you just want to put on and wrap yourself in. So these were the two. This was your left option. This was the right option. Going for something super quick and easy. Hello, everybody. Oh, hey, Carol, Nancy, Joey. Hey, Jocelyn. Nikki. Nikki says, I have, oh, a little time. Oh, okay. Oh, you've got, okay. So, yes, you've got a busy week, Nikki. So, who else? Kim and Cindy, Liz, Diane, Sally, Wendy, Ashton, Alice, Diane, Donna, Katie. Hello, we got lots of people live chatting in the comments tonight. That's great. So this is it. So this is going to be, now I shouldn't jinx myself, but with this weight of yarn, I should have no trouble knitting a 2-week sweater. But having said that, I am going to get right on it Friday night and get it started. So I don't have any surprises come the end of the 2 weeks and not have a finished sweater, because I'm really, really hoping one of these is gonna be a finished sweater that I can be wearing Friday night, February 14th, when we are live here again. So, in the past, now, Jocelyn, we haven't actually chatted about this, but I'm assuming it should be fine. We have always podcasted 3 Friday nights in a row. And I mean, we can just let me, I'm just actually just looking quickly at my calendar, make sure that that should be, yeah, that'll be fine for me. 3 Fridays. So it'll be January 31st, and then I think it was February 7th and February 14th, those 3 Friday nights. So typically what we do is the first one is we kind of talk about our yarn and our cast on and our pattern and where we are if we've already started throughout the day. The February 7th will be just kind of a check-in. We'll be halfway through, and we can show our sweater or not, or we can talk about it. If we wanna keep it a surprise, you don't have to show it, and just kinda check in and say, are we on track? Are we a little behind? Or are we a little ahead? Are we a little worried? And then Valentine's Day night, hopefully, maybe we'll be wearing finished sweaters, and then we'll just celebrate all the success we've had. Whether you are halfway through, you have one sleeve left, wherever you are, it's a 2-week sweater challenge, you guys. So the idea is that you're going to challenge yourself a little bit. I think regardless, anything that you do to try and get a 2-week sweater knit is a challenge. So whether you're using bulky weight yarn, you want to try a worsted weight, you want to do a little bit of a pattern, you want to do something that's very simple, whatever is a challenge for you. If you've got a project and you just want to say, I want to knit along with Louise and Jocelyn for 2 weeks, and I just want to get the body done on my sweater. Or I've got a whip that I started last winter. It's not finished, it just needs 2 sleeves. That's what I want to do. It's all about fun. So this is my yarn choices that I want to have fun with for the next 2 weeks and have a finished cardigan. Um, the voting, you guys, if you voted, um, oh yes, Wendy, I do know what pattern I am knitting. I'll talk about that too when I tell you which one I'm casting on. So I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, the voting. Did you guys vote? The voting was very much one way this week. And I don't know, it seems like in the last couple of weeks, there has been some very much one way leaning voting. This week was definitely one way. So we had a lot of votes. We had 132 votes today across all the platforms here on YouTube, Wildflower Will's Facebook page, and then, of course, Instagram and the stories and in the feed. So, oh, hey, Diane. Diane says she voted gray. So, yeah, so this was the gray with the blue tweed, and it is very fun, isn't it? Anything tweedy colored yarn just gives a little texture. It just adds a little bit to the yarn, I think. So, a lot of people were saying go for something light. Just the fact that it's right now we are like in the middle of winter for most of us here, and it's cold. It is cold. So, this is the time of year we wanna start thinking about spring, something brighter. Um, a couple people said, "Oh, black is great." I think Jocelyn, you said we all wear our black cardigans, right? And we do. So, uh, you know, whether this wins tonight or this wins tonight, um, this will definitely be made into a cardigan at some point. Um, this one, I don't know. What if it doesn't win tonight? I'm not sure what its plans are, but this here was definitely bought for a sweater, and I would really, really like it to be a sweater someday soon. Um, a couple people said, "Don't go with black. It's too hard to see," which is very smart thinking, and especially because this is has a little bit of a halo to it. It could be trickier at nighttime for sure. And with a 2-week sweater knitting challenge and the fact that I'm going to be knitting this mostly at night, black might not be the best option. So I hadn't really thought about that. I was just this reminds me back when I was in Norway with Asa and I bought that black boucle fingering weight alpaca yarn. None of that should be, "Yes, buy that yarn," other than it felt like a cloud and it was wonderful. But, Jocelyn, you're right, but Jocelyn, that is absolutely correct. And, Jocelyn said you don't have to see to be able to knit it, and that is true. And a lot of us, I mean, Jocelyn says that for a specific reason, but for a lot of us, it is all about feel, right? You can just feel your stitches, and that's all you need. So, anyways, let's see. Oh my gosh, is it Bernadette's birthday? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just reading Bernadette's comment here. Hi, everybody. It's my birthday after a lovely dinner with my husband, and now I'm here to enjoy the evening with all of you. A glass of wine and my knitting. Bernadette, that sounds like a great evening. I'm glad you're hanging out with us on your birthday. Um, so yeah, so there was a lot. Either way, this is gonna make a good cozy sweater and it will be quick. It will be quick. And I went with a chunky weight yarn instead of a worsted because I was originally thinking worsted. Maybe I'll just tell you. Shall I tell you which yarn won, and then I'll just keep yattering on about about the pattern. Okay, so yes, after a lot of counting of votes, 132 votes, 87% of you, 87% of you voted for one of the yarns. Only a mere 7 people voted for the yarn that did not get picked. So, um, the winning yarn this week that's gonna get cast on Friday because I can't start early is the gray with the blue fleck, the tweed. So this is going to be fun. Oh, Diane's giving me my drum roll. Thank you. So this is it. This is the winner. So this should make most of you happy in the comments. I think it'll be fun to wear, won't it? With that little bit of blue in it. I think it'll be great. So, okay, before I forget, everybody, Bernadette. It's Bernadette's birthday, like we just mentioned. So I think we should all sing to her. And I know I won't be the only one singing because I can just envision all of the rest of you singing out loud and clear in your living rooms for Bernadette. So, Bernadette, happy, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bernadette. Happy birthday to you. Have a great birthday week. I say spread it out all week. Celebrate on the weekend as well. Did you get any yarn? Maybe that would be a good weekend project. Go treat yourself to like a sweater quantity of yarn for the 2-week sweater challenge. Okay. Oh, Nikki, I can't sing out loud. Marvel's sleeping 12 feet from me. Okay, but she's singing in her heart, Bernadette, of course. I can just know everybody is singing. I'm surely I can't be the only person singing out loud, right? Oh, Bernadette, you got a gift card for your local yarn shop. Fantastic. Jude, if I sang people would tell me to shut up. If it's 1 and I have neighbors, okay, we'll let you off the hook this time, Jude. Nancy, is it acrylic? I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Oh, what's that, Jude? Double the fun. Okay. Yes. Yes, I'm sure this is probably gonna it feels like 100% acrylic. I'm sure it is. It's probably what sometimes when it has the tweedy things in there, sometimes doesn't the ball band say like 90% acrylic and 3% nylon or polyamide or something just because the tweedy things could be some weird something. Anyways, this is it. It's gonna be, I know, I just feel like I can just envision myself wearing it, right? So a couple people had asked about the pattern. So Carol, who is in the comments here, Carol has given me she has wrote up a pattern for a cardigan that she has knit, and I think, Carol, this is the second time you've given me the pattern, and but you said you had updated it. So, you gave it to me, oh, I don't know, a year or so ago, and I have it safely set aside because it was one of the ones I was gonna get to, and then last week, Carol was knitting the cardigan again, and she put cable panel down the front of each the left and right front, and it looks super cute. So she had updated her pattern, and she very kindly gave me an updated copy. So I thought, well, this would be perfect to do for the 2-week challenge. So that is what I am going to attempt to do. So between now and Friday, I'm gonna look for some needles, and I will swatch just to see what size of needle I like, and, well, I'm hoping to do that by, Thursday night, but who knows? There is a very good chance Friday night when we're here live with Jocelyn, I may be swatching and trying out some needle sizes, but I'm thinking for this weight of yarn, I'm gonna try an 8, I'm gonna try a 10 millimeter and see what I want. I want something that's really nice and loose and drapey. So we'll see. We'll play around. But that is my plan for the 2-week sweater challenge. And I am really, really sure I can get this done in 2 weeks, which then will let me focus on sock madness because I've got goals for that this year. And when you see my sock cast on for last week, you are going to be like, "Oh, Louise, this isn't looking good." But that's okay. Oh, reminds me of cake. This ball, is that what you're saying, Diane? Anyways, hi, Sam. Did I see Sam in the comments? Somebody's saying hi to Sam. There's Sam. Hi, Sam. And Mary's here. Mary. Okay, you guys, we have to say give Mary a big shout out here. So you can see my whiteboard up here. 1, 2, okay, this is all backwards. 2 and 3. Tonight's the 4th, well, tonight's the 4th week, but it's actually gonna be the 5th cast on. So, week 1 was the snow globe hat, which is finished. This is gonna sit here on display. So I gotta show off my finishes. So and then what the second one was the lava flow cowl, which was a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And then last week's cast on was the pink no name sock yarn. And then in between there, kind of in week 2, I kinda cast on both the cowls that you guys were voting for. The Lava Flow Cowl won, so that's the one I've been focusing on knitting the most, but I also did cast on the Rio Kalina cowl because it is a guild project for our guild, so I did cast that on. Let me show you what do I have here? So, winning yarn. I feel like I should have something so I could just like prop this up so we can look at it. So if anybody comes in as we're chatting, they'll be able to say, "Ooh, this must be the winning yarn." I will, like, maybe think about that and try to work on that for next week. Okay, knitting progress. Now, I do not have a finish, but I am close. So I was going to say, Mary, oh, can I use this as a pointer? This might be even more confusing for me to go. Okay, so Mary has knit all three of these. Mary cast on the snow globe hat and finished it. Looks lovely on her. Then she did the lava flow. Now, Mary, I don't know if I saw a picture of your lava flow. Did I? But I'm sure you finished that. And tonight, I saw Mary's finished socks. I knew Mary had cast on a pair of vanilla socks last week, and she posted the finish. I saw it tonight in the Fiber Friends Facebook group. So, Mary, you were 3 for 3. I am so glad that somebody is getting all their projects finished. Um, but I'm feeling pretty good. I got one finished. My lava flow cowl. Let's talk about that. So, I don't have the designer's name. It was Heidi, can't remember, but it's Lava Flow. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. It is reversible cables, very, very easy knit. If you're looking for a cowl pattern, you're just starting into cables, it would be a great one to do. Now, I posted a picture of mine on the weekend, I think. I said I was working on it, and Mary immediately messaged me, and she is like, "That doesn't look anything like mine." And she's like, "Did I knit mine wrong?" And then I went and looked at the pattern, and I'm like, "Nope, Mary did hers right. I am improvising the pattern a little bit." So, do you guys remember when I cast this on, like, when it won the 2nd week of January? We looked at the picture. I pulled up a picture of it on Ravelry, and I remember saying at the time, I'm like, "There's a lot of distance between those cables." And I think I must have just, I don't know, subconsciously thought, "I want more more cables in my project." So I think this is the picture that I posted last week. And I think that's the one Mary commented on. She's like, "Oh, that mine doesn't look like that." So anyways, what I ended up doing was I kind of misread the pattern. So I am cabling twice as often as I should. Every 21 rows, you're supposed to cable. I'm doing mine every 10. I like how it looks. I think it looks fine the other way. I think the other way is more flowy. You get more knit 2, purl 2, and then you get a cable. Then you get a nice stretch in knit 2, purl 2, and you get a cable. Mine is cable, 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 cable. But I seem to like things that are heavily cabled. So whatever, it's fine, right? It's a cowl. It's I'm really, really liking it. So I started out, I did do the provisional cast on, and so when in my picture that I showed you, I was like, where was I? Something like this. Well, I decided that I think because I'm cabling more often, I think I've pulled it in. The cables are pulling it in, and making it a little narrower. So I was really debating. It's like, is this what I mean, I don't know. I suppose it could be wide enough. If it was stretched like this, it would be wide for a cowl, but I was like, "Oh, with it all cabled, is it gonna be too skinny, too skimpy just to make this into a cowl and just have it that width?" So I was really humming and hawing, and part of me was like, "Yes, just leave it single, knit it a little bit longer, graft it together, call it done." And in the end, I was like, no, I really want something that's going to be really warm and cozy." So I'm like, nope, don't. Don't make it tiny just for the sake of, um, having it done and then debating whether I liked it or not. So, what I have done is I have just kept knitting. There. So, it is this long. I love it. I'm kind of happy that I okay, let's try and get this out of the way. That I improvised and decided to just randomly put just cable every 10 rows because I felt like it, and I really, really like it. So this was my kind of my halfway marker. When I got to here, I thought I could like, I could sew that together and it's stretchy enough that I could have finished it there. And then I thought, well, I don't know, maybe I could have. Now that I'm looking at it maybe a little more closely, that might have been just fine, but it's not. I'm going to carry on. So I decided, and I'm almost, I don't know if I've got about a quarter more way to, okay, I gotta like totally tie myself up here. See if I really stretched it, but I don't want to stretch it. So I'm just gonna double it. Oh, Diane, you love it. Thank you. I think I really, really like it too. Where am I? So I've got end here and here. So I kind of have this much more to go. I'm not entirely sure how much yarn I've used. I just had okay, make sure I'm not tying myself up here. I had 2 I think I had 2 full 50-gram balls, and then I think I had 2 or 3 part balls, and I have just been knitting everything in here. So, I'm hoping I have enough yarn. I've got about half of a 50-gram ball left, so I'm gonna knit that, and hopefully that gets me to the length that I want. But anyways, I really, really like it. This is really, really fun. So I think I will actually just type this up as a pattern. I've had a couple people message me when I've posted on Instagram wanting to know the patterns. So this has definitely been influenced by the Lava Flow cowl, but and I showed this the other, I think Saturday of the Fiber Friends, right? This was my little sample I did for our guild project, which looks very much similar. This bottom part looks very much similar to what I'm doing. So I just seem to like this type of cable. So anyways, it's fun. And I'm going to have all of this patents, DK, superwash, classic wool, all of the gold color is going to be knit out of my stash. This is the year I'm getting really, really serious about finishing up some of these balls. Okay, hold on. I was going to show you. I've dropped it, of course. Let me see. Okay, here it is. So see, I've got this much left, which is not a lot, but hopefully I will get enough. I don't know. You guys, this would be hilarious if I have to go buy another ball. I'm trying to use up all of it. And if I have to go buy another ball just to finish a little bit. But anyways, that's it. DK Superwash. It is lovely to work with. The colorway is gold. It's fun. So this has been a really, really fun project, and it has been my project. I've worked on it all weekend. Just it's great. You can watch it when you're doing knit night. You can, binge watch things. It's fun. It's easy. It's quick. It's all good. Now, let's take a really quick look at my sock. Um, I cast on, but I have a plan. I have a plan, you guys. So I have cast on, and that is all I have done. So, Wendy, I'm so sorry that I don't have any significant amount to show you. As I knit on it this week, I'll tag you in an Instagram post. How's that? And you can see how the stripes start to come out. But I'm like already even just liking this little bit because I've cast on with the hot pink and then into the orange. It's I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, Nancy says you could finish with another coordinating color. I thought about that, Nancy. I had thought about that because I was actually not sure if I had another ball of the yellow. I ended up having that because I did think about that I've got so many colors here. I did think I could just put another colored chunk and just put it at the back under my hair, and nobody would most part would even know it was there. But that may still happen. That may still happen. I may still need a little bit. So we'll see. Yes, I may, yeah, instead of going and buying another color, I could just use one of the many balls that I have here in my stash. You're right. Oh, Wendy says, no worries. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Well, my plan is, you guys, because I am really, really, really trying to not get too far behind on my new starts. So that's why I really wanted to spend some time on the lava flow. And I was really trying to have it finished for tonight, but that did not happen, but that's okay. It will, it it will happen for next week. So I'm gonna finish that, and then we're gonna work on this. So this was the yarn that is a little bit, well, it is a mystery. I don't know if this was a Timber Yarns, self-striping. That's kinda what I'm leaning towards. That's my best guess right now. I don't know, but I think it'll look really, really fun. I cast on now I'm going with a 2 millimeter needle for this one because that was the only sock needle that was empty at the moment, but I do wanna do a little bit of experimenting knitting some socks on a 2 millimeter needle. I always knit them on a 2.25. I'm just curious for the fit if I knit them on a 2 because I am a loose knitter to see if that makes any significant difference or not. So, um oh, yes, Jocelyn, I just read your comment. Yes, I had that on my list to talk to you about. So we'll have to pick a date. Anyways, 2 millimeter, 9-inch circular. This one here is just going to be my vanilla top down super simple sock pattern. 2 inches for the cuff, knit the leg till it's at 4 inches of leg, so a total of 6 inches. And then I'm going to do a heel flap, gusset, toe, foot, gusset, heel flap, turn the heel, decrease gusset stitches, knit a foot, decrease in Kitchener stitch for the toe, just like that. So my plan is finish off my lava flow cowl tonight, tomorrow, work on this the next couple of nights, get a nice good start on this before Friday's sweater cast on. So this is going to be my knitting for the next couple of nights until I can start the sweater. And then I will knit the sweater for 2 weeks, and when I get the sweater done, easy peasy in 2 weeks, I'm gonna go back to the sock. So, um, Nancy's asking, "Do they still make the DK?" I think they do. I'm pretty sure I have still seen it on the shelves, but I could be wrong, but I think they do. Oh, Jude says that another stash knitting. Oh, it's just a bonus. It is. Stash knitting is always a bonus. Uh, oh, there you go. Deborah had a good idea for the cowl. Yes, if I have to buy another ball, I can make a headband. Yes, to match. That would be a good way to use up the last little bit, wouldn't it? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Jude also says you better to go rogue and have something you want and feel mad about it when you're done. That's right. And I'm thinking now maybe I would have been fine just to do the cowl as one loop around and graft it together. It may have been fine. But anyways, I think it'll be good either way. So, oh my gosh, you guys, crochet. All right. Shall we talk about my crochet? I have got I have some crochet to show you. Okay, I just said that I didn't wanna get behind on my casting on here on the whiteboard, which I do have to say the whiteboard is up to date. Ravelry is not quite, but I hope I'll fix that. I have 2 crochet squares from this week. You guys, I okay, now this one here, I have not woven my ends because the square is just, like, I'm not very happy with it, but okay, we're not gonna look at this side. I'm gonna strategically put my hand here. We have well, I mean, whatever. Look at it. It's terrible, but that's okay. I did it. And it's like all bubbly in the center. It needs a good block. And even those blocking boards that everybody has, I can just stretch the crap out of it and then pretend it looks square. This is day 8. I know we are, what is it, January 27 today. I'm on day 8. I got totally stuck on this square, you guys. I have done this one so many times, and I just kept for in my defense, the first few times I started it and then got interrupted, so I would have, like, the first 2 or 3 rounds done, and then I got interrupted, and then when I came back, I had to start it all again. So, anyways, last night, I did this really, really late at night, which could be part of the problem, and I'm just like, "I am getting this done," because I could not let myself go ahead without getting day 8 done, and I know that was even part of my plan was that if I came across a square that I did not like, could not do, that I would skip it and go to the next one. Well, I just couldn't do that. So anyways, here it is. It's all lopsided, it's wonky. I fudged it so many times, but it's here. And it does have these like flower petals that are just like 3D or something, or at least most, yeah, I think they're all 3D. Anyways, um yeah, there see, Susie, exactly, and that's what I was thinking about this one, like, I mean, like, how many ways can we, like, I don't know what's going on here, like, there oh, that's my but it is a win because, like, look, I don't know what this is, like, how much can you stretch something? I don't know, but it is a win because I learned I can do Um, I mean, I've got double crochets like down pat, easy peasy, remember, no problem. But this one here refreshed my mind on a half double. I think we had done it on a few squares before, but I had forgotten. When she said half double, I was like, oh, I have no idea. Totally forgot. But now I know what it is. Yarn over, like yarn over, pull through all three. So it was a good refresher for the half double, and it also brought to light that I really need to practice reading my stitches, because I think on here she was like, um, you know, stitch into the first singles and then skip a double and go into the next double, and I'm like, "A what?" I'm like, "I don't know." I was having a hard time, like, the doubles I can see, but I'm like, "I don't know where those singles are. I know I made them." Okay, well, maybe that's them. I don't know. Anyways, I can sorta do it, but that is definitely a spot I need to practice. So, anyways, it's done. I am not doing it again. I'm just carrying on. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, and then, um yeah, slow the speed maybe. Well, you know, the problem, Nancy, is that I just never seem to have time to do it, and I'm always in a rush, and it's like, "Okay, I need to get it done, need to get it done." And so, yeah, that may be part of the problem, is I need to fix that. But you're right, slowing I could slow down the speed because I do stop it. I watch and I pause, I watch and I pause, I watch and I pause. But so that one there, there's a lot of learning. Like, I mean this would be no fun if I, like, got it all, like, easy peasy, right? Be like, "Oh, what's next? What's next? What's next?" This way, I have got I've got lots of, growth, but please take a look at this square, and because I think it really truly is square. So this here is some leftover yarn from my snow globe hat. I had a good chunk, I don't know, I had a good size of ball left. I did the hat, I did the pom pom, and then I said I was going to do a square, which I did. So I just went back and did day one, just like the basic granny square. And this was a good refresher because I hadn't crocheted really in a whole week. So um I definitely knew what a double crochet was, but I couldn't remember how to get this started and how many, what the corners were, how many doubles and how many chains. So I just did a quick refresh on here and I did it. And I think for the most part, it looks I'm trying to look here. I'm thinking it looks okay. Like I don't think I missed, I don't know, any doubles in there? Anyways, I'm happy with this one. So, oh my goodness. This is so sad, but it's done. And I did double crochets, I did singles, and I did half doubles. Not correctly in the right spot, but I did the stitches. So, well, I'll maybe make a mental note, revisit block 8 at the end of the year and see if it turns out more successful. But, oh, Susie said, "What if I easier if I had a written pattern?" Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Um, so is that how you would talk to a student knitter? Sherry, don't. No, of course not. I would say, okay, I know I'm so terrible. I should treat myself just the way I No, if anybody else came back to a class with this, and I would mean it with all my heart, I would say they did a fantastic job because it's done. And you always start out with wonky things. And this is where you learn from, right? I mean, oh my God, this looks like flatten that out. Anyways, that's right. I know. Exactly. I mean, it's done. I did it. I did the stitches, but yeah. But that's okay. And the next one will be better for sure. So, you're right. I know. And it is. And I mean, I know it's wonky and it's sorry if I bump the monitor, you guys. Um, I know it's not super good, but it is good and I'm having fun. And I am definitely learning. I mean, my crochet is like like a bazillion times better than it was December 31st because at that point it was like, yeah, very, very minimal. So, oh, Diane, you got to run. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Diane. Some of her squares are wonky and need adjusting. Yes, I saw that. And you know what? And I had forgotten about that because I've seen some of you guys talking about that, about having to add a row or adjust some stitches. And somebody has suggested going in and looking at the comments under the video. And I had meant to do that before I started and then I forgot. So yes, I will do that too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all me. But that's okay. It'll be fun to look back on when we do kind of a recap at the end of the year. We'll get to this square because I'm thinking that I'll probably have a stack of them and we'll be like, "Oh yeah, here's day 8. Remember this one?" Like, look at this. I mean, how do you get your squares to like it looks like it could be a oh my gosh, you guys, this could be a Barbie doll hat. This could be a Barbie doll sun hat. Look at that. Like, how do you get it to pucker in the center like this? That surely is some kind of advanced technique that I have perfected already, right? Okay, I feel like I need to find a little teddy bear or something and give it a hat. Anyways, yes, day 8. We will all remember Louise's day 8 square. Oh my gosh, I c I know, that's right. I just need to replicate it, and yes, I can make bikini top. Blocking is magic, Tammy says. You are right. You are right. Oh my goodness, it is all fun though, right? And I am loving watching everybody else's. Like Susie, your blanket is looking amazing. So many people are getting so many squares done and just doing such an amazing job. So I am completely inspired by all of your lovely work. And it is just keeping me going. And I know that in another month or so, it's gonna be all good. Like, look at this already. So really, if we were even to recap, well, on Friday night, we'll probably talk a little bit more about the crochet. So maybe I won't say that right now. I will hold that until Friday night because Friday night we'll probably talk crocheting. Probably won't talk about the sweater for like a whole hour and a bit. So we'll probably talk about some crochet and Jocelyn can show us what she's been crocheting and we'll get her thoughts on um, her first month of the challenge. So we do have to pick a Zoom call date for February. So maybe Jocelyn and maybe I'll message you when we're done chatting here tonight, Jocelyn, and we can see. I'm kind of thinking like a Sunday at some point again. I think we did that. No, we didn't. We did it January 1st, which was a Wednesday. But maybe we'll see about a Sunday and then we'll see, we'll post the date and see if we can set something up. And oh, Wendy, yes. Oh, was Wendy asking? I missed the podcast on what the crochet page is called. Yes, Sherry's got it here. Yarn Utopia. You can find it. She's on YouTube. You can also go to her blog. I found it easier to go to Google and type Yarn Utopia 365 crochet squares, and it brings you to her blog. And then it's easier to find the squares are more in order. For some reason on YouTube, they don't put the videos in order. But she's got some amazing, fun squares, like 365 different squares. It is fun. I think everybody's having a really fun time with it. And yes, so Wendy, are you going to join in and do some crocheting with us? As you know, you can start anytime. I mean, I'm only on day 8, so surely, it's okay. There's always room for catch up, right? We can do that. What else? Sock Madness starts, you guys, Saturday. Registration opens for Sock Madness. Have to say, when I cast this on and was knitting my first couple of rounds, it just seemed so slow because it was so tiny. Because I haven't been knitting socks for the last little bit. And if I have, they've been DK. And it's like, oh my goodness, this seems so slow. I'm like, yikes, I'm going to be in trouble for Sock Madness. But registration starts Saturday. It is open for 2 weeks. I do believe it goes to the 1st to the 14th, but take a look on their Ravelry page, Sock Madness Forever. All the instructions will be there. You have to sign up, fill out the Google Doc, and send it back in. And that's the first step. And then I'm pretty sure it was Karen, maybe Jen, I think it was Karen, told me that the material list for all of the socks has been listed for probably a couple of weeks now. So that is something, if you're thinking about doing Sock Madness, is to go take a look at that list because it will tell you quantities of yarn, if you need beads, if you need self-striping, if you need solids, and then that way you can kind of have things gathered up. Because let me tell you, speaking from experience, when that first pattern comes out, you want to be able to cast on. You don't want to then go to your stash and hum and haw about your sock yarn and then track down beads and find the right needle. And do you need a cable needle? Do you need waste yarn? you want to have that somewhat prepared beforehand because when it gets down to it, you're gonna need all of those, like, hours to get your sock done, get your Ravelry page, get it emailed off, and, get qualified. Where are your s Where are my sock needles? Where That's a good question. I need to find them because this was the only empty one I could find. So I'm gonna have to do a little searching or sit and finish a sock or put it on a holder, something like that. And then I'm gonna have to go through my sock yarn, take my own advice right now and get some sock yarn organized for the first qualifying. So what I want to do is I want to qualify and then I want to get sock 1 done and qualify for round 2. I have never qualified for round 2, but last year I did manage to get the round 1 socks finished just a little bit after my team was filled. So that's my goal, to qualify for round 2. I don't know. That might be I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh, I'm still trauma Sherry says, "I'm out of those dumb balloons." Let me tell you, see, that is something we're all gonna remember. That was 2 years ago, wasn't it? I didn't finish those socks either, and I got past the balloons. So the balloons, it was in Tarja and the round, which is fun to do, except these it was balloons, and there was, like, I don't know, 20 bobbins of colors. Like, it was the yarn management was a serious issue on that sock, but it was really, really fun to knit. But yeah, that weeded out a lot of people right off the bat. That was the qualifying sock. And yeah, it was a doozy. It was intense for sure. Um Oh, Diane says, "Very insane patterns for that timeline." I know, it's pretty incredible. But they have, like, some years I find the qualifying sock seems, yeah, super, super intense, and then round 1 sock seems like a walk in the park after the first one, but, um anyway, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna try it, you guys, and I'm not a fast sock knitter, and I don't have a whole lot of time, and I have a whole week of training, um, probably the first week that the first qualifying sock comes out. So, uh, we'll see how it goes. The only good thing that I have going for me is that the qualifying round is the full 2 weeks. There's no eliminating on the qualifying round. You have got a full 2 weeks down to the minute. So, that is gonna help me out there. And then round 1, you just kinda hope that you get a pattern that you has a technique that you like, or, like, if you really don't like stranded knitting and that's the pattern that comes out, that is just bad luck, right? But, anyways it'll be fine, whatever it is, and it'll be fun, and you guys, like, I have no intention of, seriously, if I qualify for round 2, I will be thrilled because really there's no chance of me going any further than that anyways, but I just love the excitement of it to see what the fun patterns are and the hype, like the community on the Ravelry thread is amazing. It is just fun. It is stressful, but it is fun. And I just have I mean, my expectations are like down here, you know, like really and truly, I want to qualify. I wanna qualify. Even if I just qualify, I'll be happy. So, I'm just gonna try to raise the bar and see if I can qualify into round 2 as well this year. Anyways, oh, Jocelyn's gotta run. Alright, yes, Jocelyn, we will see you Friday. I'm so excited. Your swatch is knit and blocked. Oh, aren't you ahead of the game? The needles and yarn are ready. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm just a couple steps behind you. So, I'm gonna try and get my gauge swatch done here on this fantastic yarn. And we will see. I know, I'm excited. I can't believe well, A, for starters, I can't believe it's February. Like, really, where did January go? It's gonna be February, and February is going to zip by so quickly because Sock Madness, 2-week sweater challenge, you know, like, it's just all the fun things are gonna happen, and then it'll be March. I haven't even thought about what the Fiber Friends are doing in March. April is always sock knitting month, so that's always fun too. That's a kind of April sock knitting month is, kind of a fun little consolation prize. Well, no, I shouldn't say consolation prize. Shouldn't say that at all. Sorry, take that back. Pretend I didn't say that. It is just our April sock knitting is a fun way to join in the sock madness vibe without doing the contest and the stress of it all. That's what I wanna say. I'm thinking more for me, it'll be my consolation prize when I get kicked out that I can still keep knitting socks in April. Oh my gosh. Diane, end of the month Christmas craft. Yes, this past weekend was the last weekend of the month, so we'll have to check in. Cheryl and I were talking about that on Saturday, that this past weekend was the weekend that we were kind of setting aside to work on, that Christmas ball, a mini garland, like a stocking or sweater or something to do a garland, the kind of thing, the knitting that you want to do that come November, you're like, oh, darn, I wanted to have 12 new Christmas balls knit over the year and I haven't started one of them. That's what we're trying to fix by doing this past weekend, but, you can pick your own whatever day works for you if you want to, but kind of pick a day or 2 every month and do a little bit of that holiday knitting so that come November, we're gonna be able to be like, "Aren't we organized and smart?" Here we are. We've got a whole garland, we've got a Christmas stocking knit, whatever it is that we need, it will be done. That is the plan. Um, oh, Sam, what's your dishcloth count? I don't know. Did you say you were gonna have 20 were you gonna have 28 done? 20, 28? I can't remember what the number is. And seems like every month is sock knitting for Louise. I know because I never get anything done, so one sock can just last me a whole year, but not this year. This is the year that it all changes. Um, oh, Sam sent me 2 messages. Hold on. Are these dishcloth pictures, Sam? Well, let me see if I can get it open. Ooh, okay, you guys. A little peek into Sam's 200 and crazy amount dishcloths that she's doing. Look at those. No garter stitch dishcloths for this knitter. That top one. I saw that blue and orange one at Knitting Club on Thursday, and I thought the colors looked amazing. I love that pattern. Super fun, Sam. Lovely. All right. Well, everybody, okay. It is time to get ready for sweater knitting. This is going to be fun. I'm going to pull out, I don't know. I'm going to look for a needle. I've got needles right here beside me, but I don't know what I've got. This is what I'm dealing with, you guys. I've got big needles in here. I just don't know exactly what size is which. This is huge. What size is this? Oh, 10 millimeter. All right, maybe I should just pull this. I should just pull this out of this mess. Oh my gosh. This is something I'm going to tackle someday. Is organizing these a little bit better. Okay. All right. Well, I found a 10 millimeter needle. I just need to untangle it. Yikes. Okay. I will do this in a minute. Okay, you guys. Thanks so much. Oh, Sam says I've got 25 done. Fantastic. All right. Well, you guys, thanks for voting for this. The black yarn is going to go back on the shelf until who knows when, but I do want that black yarn to be a cardigan. So who knows? There is a possibility. The thought did cross my mind that I could whip this up so quickly that I could also do another 2-week sweater challenge. Sweater, the end of February. Maybe, maybe. But now I did you see Kathy posted in the Fiber Friends today? And she was wearing a purple sweater. I'm sure it was purple, and it looked like it had garter stitch ridges, stripes, ridges on it. And I can't remember. I was gonna say changing moods was the name of the pattern, changing something. And she knit it in 11 days. So she was modeling it. It looked beautiful on her. It was a gorgeous color. The fit was perfect on her. And she did say the name of the pattern, and she said she highly recommended it if anybody is looking for a pattern for the 2-week sweater. So you can go check that out and give Kathy some compliments because the sweater does look wonderful on her. She did a fantastic job. All right, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna go figure this situation out. I'm going to gauge swatch some of this. I'm gonna do a crocheted square. I'm gonna knit on my sock, and I'm gonna finish this cowl. And I'm hopefully I'll get some of that done tonight and be ready for the sweater knitting challenge. I can't wait. I will see you guys back here Friday night. So if you are free Friday night, grab your needles. If you're going to do the sweater challenge with us, you're free to start anytime you want on Friday. You can start in the evening, cast on with Jocelyn and I. Jocelyn, I think maybe is going to cast on earlier in the day. I don't know. Chances are I'll be casting on as we're chatting, or I may have just cast on and ready to start the sweater. It's top down cardigan. Raglan sleeves, I'm pretty sure is what it was. So that's gonna be my plan. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I've got a whole bunch of knitting work to get done before we cast on sweaters Friday night. So I hope to see you all Friday night. If not, the replay will obviously be up and you can get caught up and start your sweater on Saturday. That's totally fine as well. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you for voting. Thanks for hanging out and chatting in the comments. Have a great week. We will catch you at the end of the week on Friday and see where everybody is with their sweater knitting. Have a fantastic week. Bye, everybody.